That'd be so fucking cool if I got a listing.
I gotta tell you that story. So this is how I got my first listing ever. Was I was working Zillow buyers. It was actually this was the first. I told you the story when I got my first ever appointment with a Zillow buyer, and this was the first showing I've ever done in my entire life. When I showed up at the house, it was a super lockbox. I had no idea what a lockbox was. I also thought when I met her that she was the other agent, that she was like the selling agent. So I go up to her and I was like, yeah, I got this really cool thing with Zillow where they just connect me with people and I meet them at the house. So, and then she was like, oh, that's me. Like, I'm the person that requested through Zillow. And I was like, oh, okay. Well, let's get inside. So then I tried opening up the freaking lockbox and I couldn't. It was a Supra and I didn't have my account connected. I had no idea how to open the damn thing. So I'm like, go in the backyard, just like, let me figure this out. I'll get us inside as soon as I can. And 10 minutes later, we get in, whatever. I keep following up with her and just like finding other houses online, and she's just willing to keep seeing it with me. And eventually she puts a bid in. She buys a 720, like a really nice 700 something $1,000 house in Wall. And it was sick. The whole property lot was covered by these like 20-foot cement walls because it used to be owned by the cartel, and they owned that whole neighborhood. And there's it's like a half basement, one of the rooms or one of the living rooms. The walls, it had these tunnels which used to connect from all the houses. They're all filled in, but you could see like the tunnel door and you can open it.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So during that home inspection, I was there, the buyers was there, I don't remember who the inspector was at the time. The listing agent that represented the sellers were there, but the actual sellers themselves were also there. Like everyone was there. We were all hanging out. And the two sellers, their agent was like on the phone the whole time, doing whatever. He was a busy high producer guy. And the other sellers were talking to me like for 2 hours straight. And by the end of it, he gave me I gave him my phone number, and he called me after and he goes, hey, my brother or one of my close friends, and he saw me just like a young hustler dude. And he's like, one of my close friends, and he's super old. One of my close friends like has their property on the market and is having a really hard time getting it sold. Like, I think it's a good idea for you to meet him and, possibly list a house. I know you're willing to hustle. So he puts me in touch with this guy. And he has a house in Long Branch. I'm like, okay. I get on the phone. I go to this guy's house, and he's like he's a really old person, lives on his own. His like ex-wife kind of comes over and takes care of him, and she was a doll. And he, had pretty bad some kind of really bad illness. I don't know if it was some kind of cancer, but he couldn't really walk very well, and definitely needed help and needed to downsize. It was this huge 4-bedroom house. It was just him there, and he wasn't in the best health condition. So him and I would just hang out at the house and like talk to him for like 2 hours, and I got to know the whole house. And apparently his daughter, he listed the house with his daughter, who listed it at 1.2 million. Right? They were on the market still for like 6 months. And the house was worth maybe 750 or maybe 800.
Oh no.
We listed it for. So but he had it on the market with his daughter. And I was there and I was like, I can't list the house. You're on the market right now. And I told him, I was like, you're going to have to terminate your contract with your daughter for me to sell the house for you. And I went back like a week and a half later, and he fired his daughter and then hired and relisted it at the price I told him to, which was $400,000 less than she was asking. And I sold it in a month.
That's so fucked up, dude. You're devious, bro.
Isn't that wild?
That's fucking insane.
And that was how I got my first listing, bro.